Welcome back to Star Trek Online, everybody. I am your host, the Housecoat Gamer. Time for part 2 of the Burnham nonsense. Now, in case any of you are wondering, yes, I am fully prepared now. I had discovered something, an oversight. The KDF tune didn't have the Thompson. Granted, after the Borg, having a Thompson wasn't completely necessary. But I've upgraded one, thank you Omega Grind, for producing the number of Omega upgrades I needed to get this tune up to spec, i.e. have a Thompson, so I can face the Borg. By the way, in case anyone is wondering, so I can put this to rest, Borg exoplating is only rated against energy weapons. Because once more, who is stupid enough to use slug throwers in a pressurized tin can surrounded by vacuum? Only the people in the Expanse. And that's because the writers refused to give them space guns that aren't slug throwers.
Looks like the Excalibians are ready to resume the trials. As you know, our participation is required, whether we like it or not. Under the circumstances, keeping them waiting isn't wise.
But yes, the Borg are not immune to kinetic energy weapons. I can name the number of times someone has rifle-butted a Borg, and no shields have flared. So yes, the Borg are not immune to kinetic energy weapons. The first Borg kill of First Contact was Worf rifle-butting one. And after the Borg adapted, he did the same thing. And then, of course, there's that famous scene on the dish where Worf pulls out a mek'leth, hacks off a Borg's arm, and then plants it into that poor drone's neck. So I'm sorry, anyone who believes that it was the holographic bullets. Seriously, watch hand-to-hand combat with the Borg. No shields ever flare. That's just their upgraded toughness.
We have seen many things in the trials. Your actions have given us much to consider, but we require more data.
No, you don't.
You can remove yourself from the trials if you so desire. I believe you are aware of the consequences such an action will bring.
You are about as impartial as a nuke. Maybe that's why your head is shaped like a mushroom.
Then, if you wish to proceed, the portal awaits.
The next trial lies this way.
You know, I don't blame Lincoln. He's just here. Yarnik, on the other hand, I want to shoot.
This is incredible. The architecture, the technology, the art. It's not like anything I've ever seen before. Where are we?
Shut up, Burnham.
The Excalibians have dropped us into another planetary assault by the look of things. There's a battle site ahead. We might be able to learn more about our surroundings by examining it.
Fascinating. According to my tricorder, these soldiers are from
If this is the fall of Iconia, we might...
That was a mistake. My apologies. I was just trying to get my tune facing the right direction instead of spinning around.
Fascinating.
Stop
According to
saying
my
that word.
tricorder, these soldiers are from extinct species. The Dynasians and the Ikabar.
If this is the fall of Iconia, we might be able to stop the chain of events that eventually lead to the war.
Yeah, right.
Considering the previous trials, I can see that as the pivotal event we were sent here to encounter.
There's no way you can prevent
That
that.
last hit wasn't far from here.
This is just a
And
simulation.
have heavy gunfire nearby. Keep your weapons handy.
I mean, it's a realistic simulation, but it's just a simulation. Although the Borg are really good at assimilating things. If you get nanoprobes
We're
into
fighting ahead. Wait. Are those Iconians?
if the Borg get any nanoprobes into something, that something is going to be Borg.
More Iconian pets. Kill them! Let them die with their
Yeah, I don't play with this tune very often. Feds have more of my attention than any of the others.
I am Tiket of Iconia. You have the bearing of a warrior. Halt and identify yourself. I do not recognize your species, but you have taken up arms to defend Iconia. That makes you an ally, and your assistance is appreciated. You have my thanks.
I am called Lemiran. My thanks to you as well, newcomers. Our situation is quite dire. Mtara, our leader, has fallen. Iconia will soon be lost to our enemies. We must withdraw. We were trying to reach a nearby gateway when those soldiers attacked. Their reinforcements could arrive at any moment. Will you help us once again?
I don't have a real choice in the matter, but...
Orbital attack. The warfare of cowards.
Oh, you're one to talk.
For each herald they kill, I will take 100 of theirs. For each Iconian, 1,000.
All of this. The loss they must feel. And the anger.
Okay, I've had enough of this. I really wanted to do that with the Terran rifle. I wanted to save the Thompson for the Borg, but they annoyed me.
Hold. Reading an energy spike in the gateway ahead. Something's activating it.
No, there will be no holding. We will fight. Slay any foe that dares to cross our path.
Once more into the breach, dear friends, once more.
Henry V.
Well, that makes... Well, having the Thompson makes things much easier. Having weapons disabled at the moment. Now, before any of you go, that's impossible. The Excalibians can't create something that isn't real. Remember, these guys can make anything out of anything. I mean, seriously, this is Iconian technology. They created the Borg. While that is certainly impossible, that gateway probably just leads to another chamber.
I have returned to the time of my greatest failure. It sickens me to see the hell Iconia in such a state, ready to ruin the barbaric dregs of the galaxy. This time, I shall not fail. Lemiran, give me the world heart. Give me the means to rid the cosmos of our enemies, to return Iconia to greatness once more.
As I said, this is just another recreation that just happened to pop up. while the gateway is certainly probably real, as real as the Excalibians can make it, of course, all Taket did was just jump from one room to another.
I hear the bloodlust in your voice. I see the hatred burning in your eyes. But you do not frighten me. The world heart is ours. We will use it to rebuild what has been lost. Be gone from here, demon. You will not prevail on this day.
Oh, you have no idea.
That energy is protecting the demon. I can disable the gateway to stop that, but I need time.
Give me a couple of seconds.
You fought a war with the Iconians and survived?
You dealt with Control, didn't you?
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Right, Taket, give me a second. Oi. Why are you down? It is so much faster than this.
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more.
Why?
The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down.
Alright, let's deal with...
The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Keep killing, keep firing until you kill something.
The gateway is restored. I will signal you when I am ready once more. The gateway is ready. Use the console in front to shut it down. The gateway is down, but someone on the other side is powering it back up. Defend yourselves.
Gotcha, bitch.
I will not be defeated for the likes of you. My life is not yours to take further. What is this?
Honored mistress, use this to restore your strength.
Yes, you serve me well, Hakim.
Yeah, this just only proves one thing.
This is inevitable. Yes. Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Sister, what have you done? No, you can't.
You're not
does not belong to you, creature!
We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. We are the Borg. Existence as you know it is over.
Yeah. That is never going to get
That
endless.
creature. That was Taket. A Taket of nightmare, utterly corrupted by hatred and a thirst for vengeance. But what did she become?
The greatest enemy anyone will ever face. Assimilating Iconian technology? That's scary. That is terrifying. Then there's the fact that that's accurate Borg technology. For all the flack I give this mission, at least on the STD part, the devs are at least faithful to one thing. The Borg are relentless.
I have seen terrible things on this day. The fall of my civilization, of my beloved friends, of the totality of Iconian knowledge and culture. I cannot abide these tragedies. I cannot. Please, you can follow that monster. You can go where I cannot. I beseech you, return the world heart to me. Do not let Iconia fall to darkness.
Let's go. Into the gateway.
Something is amiss, my friends. The trial has taken a life of its own, expanding well beyond its original parameters.
Oh, really? You think? Yarnik is an idiot.
Though I implored Yarnik and his ilk to bring the trial to an end, they have refused. They wish to see how you address this new crisis.
I'm getting really tired of these idiots. Then again, I'm going to enjoy the consequences of their stupidity.
Tread lightly. There's an ill wind blowing upon this venture. I fear one that may consume us all before the end.
These Borg, are they an evolution of control? Did someone else try to recreate it later on?
Nope, no one was stupid enough to even think about it. The Borg originated in the Delta Quadrant 900 years ago. Roughly. Probably 1,000 years ago. Discounting time travel shenanigans, which we should.
Unlikely. The Borg Collective existed well before the creation of Control, although when you add temporal manipulation into the equation... No, I already have a headache, and temporal mechanics will only make it worse.
The easy answer, no. Control ceased to exist a long time, long after the creation of the Borg. And the Borg existed long before Control was even a twinkle in some STD writer's eye.
7. What we saw on Esau 4, your detailed knowledge of the Borg, you used to be one of them, didn't you?
And you couldn't piece it together from that alone? Incompetent. Any idiot can put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I was assimilated by the Borg at a young age and liberated by the crew of the USS Voyager later in life. The assimilation process is reversible, mostly, but it leaves scars. Inside and out.
Yeah, she took 4 years to get over it.
I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm sorry to ask this now. Are we going to have a problem here? With you and the Borg? Under the circumstances, I can see how you could become emotionally compromised.
Yeah. The only emotional compromising here is the fact that she's going to be killing a lot of Borg today. Just as Picard. That's the only compromise he had. Kill them all.
This isn't the first time I've run into Borg since my liberation, and I doubt it'll be the last. I'll be fine, Commander. If it makes you feel any better, if I go native here, you have permission to shoot me.
Ha! I love this version of 7. She's awesome.
Fair enough. Thanks. Any advice on fighting the Borg?
Remodulate energy weapons if you use them. Use physical weapons if possible. Batleths, Makleths, Vulcan Lurpas, the President's Hand Axe. Or, in my case, because I'm smart and want to avoid the Borg, getting close to the Borg as much as possible, Thompson submachine gun, or the TR-116. Because the Borg are not immune to kinetic energy.
Right. Combat with the Borg is likely. We need frequency remodulators. Tell me when you want to proceed, and I can open the force field ahead at that time. Don't forget to equip a frequency remodulator.
Unnecessary. I have a weapon that doesn't need to remodulate.
Existence as you know it is over.
Oh. Alright, let's wake up the peons then.
Isn't enhancing an Iconian with cybernetics a bit excessive?
Oh, you have no idea.
Borg 101, better assimilation through cybernetics. Watch out, they're energizing the deck plate and wet integrated plasma.
You know, this is an STF. Bad Borg. Assimilated Decant. The most overpowered version of Decant ever.
Heads up! The Borg and those alcoves are activating!
Thank you very much, Vernon. I am well aware. By the way, I would like to find out who was responsible for these nanite hooks in the floor. That way I can shoot them! What the? Uh-oh. Giving me 10 seconds to gain my health. This is ridiculous. There, that dealt with fatigue. One problem. One to go. Kindly die. No reinforcements for you. No, seriously, I want to know who was responsible for the little nanite hook things. And whose bright idea it was to not give me my full away team. Enemy targets on sensor. like to know. A great deal. There. That dealt with them. Now to deal with the rest. No sign of more Borg. Seriously. Why couldn't I have my full away team for this?
I don't like where this is heading. The Borg, they're relentless.
Congratulations, now you know how every single person that's ever fought the Borg feels. You get the idea.
Time's a factor here. The longer the Borg have to build their forces and strengthen their position, the harder it'll be to undo their plans.
7 and 9. Methodical 12 returns. At first, my existence seemed flawed, incomplete. I sought answers, and within the untrials, I found them. I was a simulacrum, brought into me by Excalibians. To test you, but I evolved. I became this Excalibian foolishness. My destiny is my own. Today, my reign begins.
This is why only Borg can control Borg. Excalibians, incredibly stupid.
I am designated 7 of 9, tertiary adjunct of Unimatrix 01. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Out of all the Borg here, why is she the only one that looks normal?
This room has automated defenses. Watch where they're targeting.
I've played the STF before, thank you very what the... Seriously, I would like to know whose bright idea that was. Because that's just stupid. That's something more fitting for, I don't know. Okay, this is ridiculous. I want my away team. All of my away team. Shield losing power. Not just one, not just two. I want all of them. I also want those nanite hooks gone. Whoever's bright idea that was, it was exceedingly dumb. I'm getting a little tired of you jumping around. And of those nanite hooks.
At least this particular nightmare is over.
Wrong. I still don't have my full away team. So no, the nightmare is not. I'm stuck dealing with you and Burno.
Well, that was thoroughly unpleasant. confront my past from time to time, but it usually doesn't shoot back.
I keep saying it, but Picard 7 is the best 7.
I'll manage. We need to deal with my evil twin and the Queen, however. The thought of them both running free makes me very uncomfortable.
You and everyone else with a brain. Right, I need my one bridge officer. Seriously, Cryptic, why couldn't you give me my full away team? I'm beginning to think I need Task Force Omega equipment just to deal with this. And that Task Force Omega needs one hell of a revamp.
Watch out! More drones!
Thank you, Burnham, for stating the obvious, as usual. All you seem to do.
I'm picking up a lot of energy spikes in the next room. It could be weapons fire.
Blatantly obvious, as usual. How you became a Starfleet science officer, I will never know.
It's the personal chamber of the Borg Queen. Maybe the Excalibians sent some allies to help out. If so, they might need our help. Want me to lower the field?
Oh. The last thing I want is to go into the Queen's chamber. But we don't have a choice, and what in the name of all that is holy? That's the Queen.
That's the Borg Queen.
This isn't good.
Indeed. This is damn peculiar. If the Excalibians killed her, where are they now? Be careful. Whatever did this could still be around, and it might not be friendly.
Sadly, the collective is incredibly eclectic. And adaptive. You can't just kill one queen. The queen is simply the expression of the collective. You gotta kill the entire collective to kill the Borg. So it's never this system. Simple. I hate it when this place says that.
Not sure if this is better or worse than what Control had planned.
Pretty sure it's worse, but I'm a little biased.
She's got a point.
You are so frightened of perfection.
Last time I checked, we're not the ones hiding in the dark.
That's a good point.
Here's another. You are obsolete, older, weaker, inferior to me in every way.
Inferior to you? You're a pathetic copy of me hiding behind a legion of drones. You're weak.
Tell me, why have you quit? There will be no struggle, no resistance.
You're a smart girl. You'll figure it out eventually.
How predictable. How human. We know where that happens. Futility.
I hate this part.
And a new nightmare begins.
Oh, you have no idea.
Watch the floor!
Thank you. The only thing I'm worried about is these stupid nanite hooks. I want to know whose idea it was. give the Borg the ability to do that.
And now they have a cybernetic dinosaur.
It's a Gorn.
Shooting now, xenobiology later.
Let go of. I freaking hate this. Stupid. I want to know who is responsible for this. This was a stupid addition to the Borg.
More automated defenses are coming online.
Let go of me. Your Majesty, will you kindly die? I realize the Borg are the most powerful species in the game, especially when you give them Econian technology, but this is getting ridiculous.
My dear struggle. I am Borg. I am eternal. My victory is inevitable.
And she's doing the whole Resident Evil.
That's... How is she still functional?
Oh, believe me, it is.
There's so much more to you, possibly imagined.
Believe me, this is not the worst part. At least she's still got arms. The original Queen? Barely more than a pair of shoulders.
You are small. You lack harmony, cohesion, greatness. It will be your undoing.
Really? Whose ass just got kicked again?
I love this.
You are done here at last, my friends.
But yeah, that was a nice callback to Scorpion. I mean, it's been, what, 20 years since that episode? 25? Roughly?
I'm glad you're still with us, my friends. I'll ask you to come with me. Yarnik wishes to speak with you, and time is short.
Even the player character is tired of this. Ugh. Still, the Queen is simply a byproduct of the collective, something for people to interact with when they pique the collective's actual interest.
The evidence in the trial is clear. Adherents of evil will stop at nothing to ensure their victory. Nothing is sacred. No law is absolute. In comparison, the proponents of good are made weak by their morality and other self-imposed limitations. They lack the freedom to achieve their goals at all costs.
Those troops are coming from previous trials.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Excellent. I've been wanting to vent. Killing a bunch of STD people helps. Oh, Yarnak! I believe we have something to discuss.
Impossible. Safety measures were in place. The participants should not be able to escape the trial areas or pursue agendas separate from the trials.
Oh, I'm enjoying this a little too much. Your own plan has backfired in your face. And I'm enjoying every millisecond of your pain, Yarnak.
The Borg Queen of our creation is amassing greater power. This includes the assimilation of this planet and everything on it. We must consider our alternatives while there is still time.
There's only one alternative. Kill it. Now. Oh boy.
We should take care of that Borg ship while we can.
Agreed.
Apparently not. President Lincoln has asked me to assist him with something. If I don't see either of you again, it has been an honor.
I hope never to see you again. Let's go. I have a queen to kill. Time for regicide.
The Borg Queen is assimilating the Excalibians one by one. If she's not stopped, it's only a matter of time before she learns to use their matter-shaping powers. Difficult to say. She will learn to replicate well-known patterns first, like Borg ships. It could take her much longer to learn to make entirely new things, or to create things from imagination and memory.
Yeah, this is why Borg are a bad thing. Oh, look at this.
Warning. Ship
Target practice.
have failed.
I realize I should be using a ship. Vortex Q. The F-bomb. But I chose to use the Miradorn Raider for the sake of expediency. Simple that way. Said. Fragile as sin. Case in point. I really should have pulled out a cruiser for this.
arrogance is impressive. Annoying, but impressive.
Arrogance? Is it arrogance you hear, or a statement of inevitable fact? Perhaps now your opinion has changed.
Uh-oh. Well, that's
Perhaps
not
now
good.
you realize the futility of resistance.
Meep.
Looks like you could use a hand here.
Hey,
I
Sean.
hope you don't mind, but I brought some friends.
This is Captain Jonathan Archer of the Starship Enterprise. Prepare to attack. All hands battle stations.
Have to make sure that history never forgets the name Enterprise. There's an old saying, fortune favors the bold. Well, I guess we're about to find out.
I think it's time to do a little assimilating of our own.
Dark Frontier. Ew.
Still think resistance is futile? Your Majesty?
Resistance? You're a tragic collection of relics and fools. The first of many to die.
Oh, let's think about this.
Phaser crew, stand ready.
Well, you heard Kurt. Focus. Then you can focus on
Hold course, Mr. Crusher. Continual fire all phases.
Nice. Rogues didn't keep respawning. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Ready, Housecoat.
Just embarrassing.
nature of good. Even with nothing to gain and everything to lose, even when placed in terrible danger by our studies, you chose to come to our aid. You refused to let the forces of evil destroy us, even though we had placed you in mortal peril.
Oh, that response is pure Klingon. Honestly, if the Excalibians weren't a complete threat to the rest of the galaxy, I would have just let the Borg assimilate them. They kind of deserved it.
You have given us much to consider and to understand. You have shown us that it is not good to subject others to dangers that we are not willing to face ourselves. Let us meet face to face one last time and resolve these matters.
At least they got to fly alongside the Enterprises.
This has certainly been a learning experience for me as well as the Excalibians. I saw what I was and what I could have been, which makes me grateful for the life I have now. Still, this experience should make the next session with my counselor interesting.
I wonder if that counselor happens to be Deanna Troi.
In the meantime, that sensor grid in the trailer system will need some final adjustments. If you can get me back to my runabout, I can finish those. I can also speak to some Fenris Rangers about looking into the Orion smuggling activity in Trailus. Unofficially, of course.
For us and the Allfather!
Sounds like Yarnek and his people have a lot to think about. I hope they mean it when they say they're going to pursue goodness. As for me, it's strange, being... what did the Borg Queen call it? A simulacrum? A copy. And an incomplete one at that.
Still complete enough for me to put a round in your head.
I'm based on a Starfleet science officer. I was going to figure it out sooner or later. Now that I know, I've decided to continue what was started here today. In my own way.
Jump into a sun, please. Spare me the pain of having to deal with you.
I've asked the Excalibians to make my transformation permanent, and they've agreed. So, for the Excalibians, the trials are over, but for me, the human adventure is just beginning. If you don't mind, I could use a ride to the nearest Alliance starbase. I'd like to speak with Starfleet Command about reactivating my commission. Among other things.
You don't deserve to have your commission reactivated. Frankly, I would have just handed you over to the Klingons and have you shot.
It's been quite some time since I had to go into combat. It was an honor to fight by your side.
Oh, that is very Klingon.
The Excalibians have asked me to remain as I am now, and to serve as an ambassador for this planet. These people have a great deal to learn about the universe, and I believe the Alliance can help them with that. And having some experience as a statesman, I might be able to make that process a little smoother for all parties involved. Should you return here, you will be most welcome. You've done all of us on Excalibia a great service today. One we will never forget. And for that, I thank you. Until we meet again, my friend. Farewell.
And now to talk to Yarnek. I kind of enjoyed him suffering.
The advocates of good return. We have learned much from your efforts in the trials. We did. After reviewing the events, we have decided to rule in favor of the concept of good. We will. As we have ruled in favor of good, the people of Excalibia will pursue those virtues from this day forward.
I really don't want to hear that last mission report from Burnham, but I don't have a choice. I gotta give you all that full experience. Even if it kills me.
Well, for now, I'd like to put some distance between myself and Excalibia. Returning to Earth, catching up on what's happened since 2257? Sounds like a good place to start to me. I understand that an old friend of mine is on a similar journey now. I'll get in touch with Commander Stamets soon. I'd love to get his unique perspective on things. There's a lot waiting for me out there. Thank you for helping me get the chance to discover once again.
Go to hell. Tomorrow and the day after that is going to be the end of my so-called Kittimer grind. Because I figured it's been 20 days. I may as well do those missions. Tomorrow will be the last time you see me do Measure of Morality. At least for the 3 primary tunes. TOS, Dominion, and STD will have to wait for the vote. Housecoat Gaming, signing off.